Good afternoon. We hope today finds you well. So far, so good on the Apple and Visa put spreads. The sellers of Apple are going to have to do a much better job selling it if they're going to get the stock close to that 240 strike we sold short yesterday. Only 2 full trading days left until expiration. OPEX is always an exciting day, and this one will be no less exciting with all the put spreads we've sold. We're walking a tightrope with Chesapeake put spreads we sold, but Freeport-McMoRan put spreads look like they will not be an issue in the next 2 days. Selling put spreads in Jim Cramer's Candies has also gone well for us. Do not forget what you have on and make sure that if you have any July expirations, especially if you're short, that you have a plan for what you will do come Friday. We're growing more convinced that natural gas will become more and more important worldwide. We're digging through what we can find to see who we can find that will be building natural gas infrastructure overseas. We continue to like energy-related engineering construction companies like Shaw, FWLT, and MDR. These guys already work all over the world and are likely to be involved in big energy products. Shaw's nuclear segment is particular interest to us and why we like them as much as we do. On the conference call, they specifically mentioned having material exposure to the BP cleanup as well. Be on the lookout for another article on the blog, this one related BP. Brad had a chance to talk with one of their engineers, and results will be a must-read for sure. Other names that we have exposure to worldwide shift are into natural gas, that is, especially LNG. That's the liquefied stuff. Our pipeline companies like Kinder Morgan, KMP, Energy Transfer Partners, ETP, and Atlas Energy, ATLS. ATLS is very leveraged, but PE is in the sixes for both trailing and forward PE. Unless earnings fall off, the stock continues to look cheap, but earnings must continue for that PE is going to look really bad to keep an eye on them. There's no guarantee that these guys will be involved in international projects, but they should benefit from more natural gas moving around the world, which we will see if the U.S. doesn't get more involved in using fuel and it ends up being exported overseas. Finally, the producers of natural gas like Chesapeake, CHK, Exxon, XOM, Royal Dutch Shell, RDS, and Total, TOT. We like Total and Royal Dutch Shell a lot since they're already international companies. They are much more likely not to be viewed in a hostile light by Middle East and European countries who have difficulty with the American image. We found a speech given by Malcolm Brinded, Executive Director, Upstream International at the Middle East Petroleum and Gas Conference in Kuwait, April 26, 2010. Shell sponsored the conference, and you can bet that they're involved over there in the space. Most of these companies trade at very low multiples thanks to BP, and energy has been taken out to the woodshed in the last 3 months. Yet, it's one of the few sectors that will always be in more demand in the future than it is right now. Oil and natural gas will both get more expensive in the future. Energy should be a great place to be over the next 20 to 30 years. Heck, forever. In order for fossil fuels not to be as important as they are right now, our whole world is going to need to change solar, wind, and hydro. They're all going to have to get much more efficient and a whole lot cheaper. Until then, you can play the trend through the stories we outlined in today's show. Doesn't hurt many of the producers, especially Exxon and Total, which pay a nice dividend. Thanks for tuning in again today. Don't forget to manage those July options positions, and we'll see you tomorrow.